You know, where we're going is clearly not being a shoe company, but truly the one-for-one company. I started my first company when I was 19 years old, dropped out of college, just trying to kind of figure out, you know, really just how to pay the bills, and so I kind of stumbled into entrepreneurship. I was at the time running an online driver's education company here in Los Angeles, and I took a month off, and every year I try to take the month of January off to go and recharge and reconnect. And this particular trip I went down to Argentina. You know, took some tango lessons, I learned to play polo, and on that trip I actually met a few women that were doing volunteer work. And what they specifically were doing was something they called a shoe drive. And what that meant was they were going around collecting slightly used shoes, and then they were going to distribute these shoes, you know, from the wealthy people they collected them from to these children who didn't have them and specifically needed shoes to go to school. And I was just blown away by these women and this nonprofit that was working down there, and I wanted to help. That afternoon, I told my buddy, actually my polo teacher, Alejo, that I had this idea how we could help these kids get shoes, help them continue to get shoes in a sustainable way, and at the same time start a business. And we just started making shoes, literally with our own hands, in a little factory that's smaller than a 2-car garage here in the States. And that's really kind of how I got started. When I first had the idea for TOMS, the idea was if we sell a pair of shoes today, we'll give away a pair tomorrow. And we were going to call them tomorrow shoes. So I shortened tomorrows to TOMS, and that's how we got to the name. So when we started talking to shoe companies and the media that we were going to give a pair away for every pair we sold, one for one, people didn't believe us. And then everyone that did believe us said, you're going to be out of business in a year because there's no way you can sustain that. So we were the first ones to really create this one-for-one model. And one of the things I'm most proud of is many companies now are following too. And that one-for-one model has evolved, you know, way beyond shoes now to helping people with eyesight, and we're developing many other one-for-one products as we speak. When we started, our goal was to help 250 kids in one village just outside of Argentina. And that first summer, we sold 10,000 pairs, and we thought, wow, 10,000 pairs is something bigger than I could ever imagine. And then several years later, we hit 1 million pairs. And so now to have given 10 million pairs of shoes and over 150,000 people their eyesight back through our sunglass program are just numbers that are just hard to believe for me. We have factories in Asia, we have factories in Africa, and we have factories in South America. And so it's really important that as we expand, we have shoes for everyone, because we really need everyone to keep the movement going.